So now I realized, so my lawyer
Wow.
said, hey, they dropped your case. I said, yeah, I went up there and they dropped it. He said, well, you don't need to go to court tomorrow because the judge can't do nothing. I'm like, wow, we waited months and
Yep.
years to get on the calendar. He said, because they don't have a criminal case against you, so the judge doesn't have no legal authority to make them do anything because there's no criminal case. I said, well, I'm going anyway. And
Right.
sure enough, the judge said, unfortunately, since they don't have a criminal case against you, I can't make Fulton County do anything. You have to go after them civilly.
Civilly. Right.
So now I got to go through a whole nother loop, right? It's a whole nother process civilly. So then you
Fact.
got to get on the calendar. So we get on the calendar. Then they give us a mediator. The
Yeah.
mediator even say, look, if you took this man, if this was his kids, and you said he was harming them, and then you dropped the case,
Right.
do you keep it? And you drop? Do you keep the kids because you
Right.
thought you did something wrong?
Right.
So, so the mediation didn't work either. Fulton County was not budging. Like, no, we have immunity. It was just a bad cop that did the wrong thing. But that's your worker. You're responsible for them.
Wait, hold on a second. What you gotta define this immunity shit? What does immunity mean
So
in Fulton
so
County? That police can't get prosecuted or the justice system is not held liable when they fucking make wrong calls?
yeah, so they have this thing called immunity where it's like they're immune from being sued. That's why it's hard to sue the government. That's why most of the time you can sue the government when it's bodily damage, when it's death. Like it takes so many loops to prove they have. It's crazy how the law is, and I seen it with my own. It's written. It's like you're gonna have to go. You have to learn the loopholes out of through law. It's so many loopholes, and that's the part that they know that most people won't go through the fight or have the
Right.
money. So they know, like, oh, we just swing him this way, and legally we can because I doubt he knows how to go this way. So unfortunately, I'm dedicated. Like I done sacrificed a lot. I'm living outside. Like I'm not giving up. So
Real talk.
we got to a point where I finally convinced the lawyer. I even went to Benjamin Crumb. I had DJ'd his party in Miami, 2020, and I met him, and I was like, "Yo, I'm going through some crazy stuff. They violated me," and he wrote me a letter. I'll text it to you, and he said he couldn't represent me. February 2020, and March 2020 is when George Floyd passed. He jumped all over that case.
Right.
It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, damn, brother to brother, right? Somebody got to die for you to say, let me jump on that. Like, they violated me.
Message.
He had to die for you to get, like, I got to damn near be bodied. Like, when I would call some lawyer, they said, well, did they harm you? Did they beat you up? No, I don't want to I don't want to do the case. It's like, they want you to be dead because they know legally they can win more if you're dead or bodily harm.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's like, that's unfortunate that the system and lawyers are trained that way. And so anyway,
Damn.
we had to figure out how was we going to get it out of Fulton County. So my original lawyer was like, look, we're going to take it to the federal, the 11th Circuit Court, which is the highest court you can go to before getting to the Supreme Court. But that court is in Atlanta, but it's not in the same Fulton County building. And they don't take every case. They're very selective. They only take very rare, complicated cases. That's the point of them. So we got selected. That was a step. We finally got on the calendar in December 2023. Mind you, my case got dismissed in 2018.
Right. And you got arrested 2016. So now we talking
2016.
6-7 years already.
Right. For
Right.
horses now, right? For
Right.
horses.
Right. Right.
Now,
Right.
so now I'm like, okay. Um, we get on the calendar. They only give you 15 minutes per side to argue. Fulton County had 15 minutes to argue why they're not reliable for the horses, but you did the arrest. It was your case. It was your vendors. My attorneys got to argue 15 minutes, and it's three judges up there breaking everything, breaking both sides apart. True, to be honest, they broke well, based on this and all this legal stuff. I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy. So we finally got a hearing back. That was 2023. This August, we finally got the response back, and they said that I have a right to sue Fulton County. So now we got to get back. Now we got to take Fulton County back to court, get back on the calendar to now decipher how much they owe me. Because before they were saying, well, you can't sue us, period. So now a judge said, well, he can sue you. So now, but now that's all, that was only their job, is to say, yes, he can sue you, or no, he can't sue you. Now we got to go back to Fulton County. But Fulton County recently tried to write back to the 11th Circuit Court that they want us to go back to the 11th Circuit Court to revisit the case because they feel that it was looked in error.
Hold on, but wait. Before you go any further, so we're getting extra information now just for you to know. Again, Instagram is going crazy for you, Brandon. Like they going crazy.
That's a fact, though.
Connie said, go back to Crump. He just actually purchased his first horse, which won at Saratoga about 2 weeks ago. So now he has like a special interest in horses now. That's hilarious now.
I'm gonna send it. If I could text it to your phone, and if you could put the letter up there so people can see.
Send it. We'll put it up.
Let me.
Yeah, send it. We'll put it right up.
You ain't gotta,
That's crazy, bro.
Real, man.
That's crazy.
This matter, bro. This shit is crazy, man. Like,
so when let me see.
Yeah, we can still hear you, bro.
Yeah, yeah, Brown. I'm just saying, you know, you made a valid point, right? And you know what I relate that to when he was talking about how they view, let's say, cruelty to animals for white people, and let's just call a fucking spade a spade, right? When they talk about viewing cruelty to animals for white people versus for black people, right? I don't know if you know about this, but you know they brought down that big ass fucking lawsuit against like Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and all these circuses, right? It's the same shit. Like, how do you teach a fucking elephant to stand on its fucking head? You know what I mean? And dance around and spin in circles. The fucking cattle prods and the electric prods you're using. Is that not cruelty to animals to teach them to do these fucking? How are you treating them? How are you storing these animals and transporting these animals? And again, like, you know, we already know who Barnum and Bailey was, right? Because like if Barnum and Bailey was fucking Raheem and Ray Sean, them niggas would have been under the fucking jail. You understand what I'm saying? But because it's Barnum and Bailey, right? Yeah, you know they got to make, you know, millions of dollars in profit. But let it have been black motherfuckers doing it, you'd have been under the fucking jail for the treatment of those men.
Horses been used in wars since the beginning of time.
That's a fact.
I'm not religious, but Jesus rode a mule through the desert. What we do, especially what I do, is not of harm. Like, I just basically just ride.